Hello and welcome back to the garden.
Hello.
Well, hi!
This is Garden Therapy. Today we're cultivating a tool that's very important in our lives, resilience and persistence. And guess what? We've got an unexpected tool to help us build these qualities, gardening. Before we get our hands dirty, let's quickly break down what resilience and persistence are. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges. Persistence is the determination to keep on going, even in the face of difficulties. Both are crucial life skills. How does gardening tie into all of this? Well, think about it. Plants have their own challenges. They face things like weather changes, pests, disease, yet they keep on going, they keep on growing. Gardening teaches us to adapt, learn from failures, and keep moving forward. Gardening isn't an instant gratification game. It takes time for seeds to sprout and the plants to grow and for those plants to produce fruit. This teaches us about patience and delayed gratification. These are important traits for success in many areas of life. Gardening comes with unexpected challenges. Just like in life, we face unexpected obstacles. But as we nurture our plants, we also learn to adapt and find creative solutions to problems. The garden demands regular care, water, weeding, pruning, fertilizing. It's all about consistency. This routine builds persistence. Similarly in life, sticking to our goals and routines to help us overcome challenges. Before we continue, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you. On the topic of resilience and persistence, I did want to introduce you to someone that I've known for a few years and worked with for quite a while. Mark has overcome a few struggles in his life, in particularly his battle against cancer. I think he has some great stories that we all can learn from about persistence and resilience. Hey Mark, welcome to the garden.
Thanks, this is awesome.
I'm going to talk to Mark about some of the events and things that have happened in his life about persistence and resilience. I met Mark about 6-7 years ago. We worked together. I do know he's a divorcee. He's a single dad, raised a house full of girls all on his own, and he ended up getting shingles, almost lost his sight, battling and kicking ass on 2 different types of cancer. And so Mark, where do you get your resilience and your persistence from?
It's probably my dad, to be honest. I mean, he was always an entrepreneur his whole life, ups and downs of owning a business, different businesses, and he just kept going, along with my mom, of course. But both of them are like that. They both have kind of been my role models for not only, business, just getting through life, battling different things. My mom went through breast cancer at a pretty young age. A lot of it is just his nature, to be honest. My dad, his work ethic was amazing. And so that kind of instilled in me my work ethic, and I hopefully have instilled that in my daughters. And you just don't give up. You just keep pushing and finding the next thing that you want to accomplish.
You had that short time frame where you had the diagnosis of the 2 different types of cancer. When you're sitting down in the doctor's office, having that conversation, number one, what's going on in your head going through that, and I'm hearing, okay, this is what I have ahead of me. And number 2, outside of what you just mentioned about your family and how you were brought up, what are the steps to not go home and stay in your room for 6 or 7 days? What kind of activities do you do to sort of snap yourself out of it and go, okay, hey, it's time to move and keep going?
My daughters were really my main reason, because I've raised them 100% for many years. I mean, I'm their role model. I'm the one that keeps things together, and going through that was rough. I think at first, with the diagnosis, definitely obviously shock, disbelief. You go through all the ups and downs of how could this be possible. The other thing was it all kind of happened in a very close time frame. There were times where I was just like, what else can happen? How many more things am I going to be told that I have? Yeah, at one point I had like every ologist that there is on the planet, appointment after appointment. It's a hard question to answer because I can't pinpoint anything. I think more than anything, it's just I knew I had a job. I knew I had my daughters, my family. Just got to battle through it. Like I didn't have meditation or anything like that I did. Sometimes just don't overthink it too. I would imagine though, like if I didn't have my girls, how I would deal with it, probably worse, because I didn't have, you have to be there for them. You have to run them to soccer and to here and wherever. Your mind maybe doesn't dwell quite as much on it.
Instead of growing plants in your garden, I mean, you really just turn to your daughters. I mean, they are the things you're growing and focusing on, and although you still have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and between them and work, it was, my plate was full.
What kind of self-care did you participate in and do in the ups and downs of your treatment and your battle?
Yeah, I did take time with my daughters, a little bit of just in the mornings. I wouldn't call it meditation necessarily, but just regrouping my thoughts, just refocusing on what I needed to that day. And the cliche is, just make it through another day or whatever. It was a little like that. Keep pushing on.
The short time we've been making the videos, mindfulness and meditation has even saying I didn't do meditation, although you really just described meditation. A lot of us do it without knowing, the importance of it to keep us grounded, be with my thoughts and be present. I mean, it sounds like that's really what you did in the morning.
As you were describing that, I was thinking mine was more just keeping up the house. Cleaning, believe it or not, was something that I came to enjoy a little bit because it was a sense of accomplishment. You focus on it, get it done, move on to the next thing. So that was probably therapy in a small sense too.
When COVID happened, that was my thing. Obviously, I started the garden, but focus on the things you can control. I can clean the house, right? I can't control who's going to get virus, who's going to get sick. That was one of my things. I mean, my wife loved it. And now I know what I'm going to have you do after the interview.
Exactly.
Again, it's that repetition. You just kind of get soothed by the rhythm and the ritual of it all.
I mean, the resilience is interesting because I don't ever think of it in those terms, resilience. I don't think I give myself much time to really worry about it. Once I have something in mind, it's all consuming and I'm going to get it done. So I'm actually more effective the more I have on my plate, whether it's personal or professional or both.
It sounds like your mentality is persistence heavy. The health diagnoses that you've gone through, that's the resilience piece, right? That's the bounce back. And then you just sort of rely on your badger mentality. Just don't give a damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't you talk to me a little bit more about the family support side and everything that they brought into your life and gave back to you when you needed someone to lean on?
My mom and dad, before he passed away, they were very involved in my daughter's lives, helped me out with them quite a bit. That enabled me to work. And then my sister, of course, would be helping as well. I started getting these diagnoses. My sister has had her own health challenges. She was definitely my role model. Major cancer issues and breast cancer, and she persevered. She came back, battled a lot of that stuff and came through, still battles it to this day, and it's been 15 years. So she not only helps my actual medical stuff because she knows all the terminology and what to expect.
She saved your vision.
She did. That's a good point. Yeah. If it wasn't for her, I mean, she was my advocate and said, I've got to get you into my ophthalmologist tomorrow. And she got me in there. That's when the doctor said, if you didn't see me today, you would have lost that eye. But that's how proactive she is. That's who she is.
Not every seed we plant grows into a healthy plant, and that's okay. Gardening helps us understand that failure is part of the process. It's about learning from our mistakes and trying again. Gardening just isn't about pretty flowers and veggies, at least not for me. It's a powerful teacher for resilience and persistence and other life lessons. So whether you have a sprawling garden or just a few pots on the windowsill, embrace the lessons it offers and watch how they transform your mindset. I'd like to thank Mark for joining us today and for candidly and openly speaking about his battle against cancer and how he has built resilience and persistence through his fight. If you've liked this video and got something out of it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody who you think might get something out of it. And let us know in the comments below how gardening has helped you build resistance and persistence in any of life's battles that you face. Until next time, keep on growing, both in life and in the garden.